Wealthy people eventually stop explaining their money choices to anyone. Not out of arrogance, but because they learned explanations cost energy. Every time you defend a financial decision, you drain yourself twice. Once when you make the choice, and again when you justify it. Most people live in a loop of buying, then explaining their purchases. They buy the car, then spend months defending the payment to family. They skip the vacation, then explain to friends why they stayed home. The explanation itself becomes another expense nobody budgets for. Wealthy people learn that silence around money preserves decision quality. When you stop explaining, you stop needing external validation before acting. You buy the smaller house without a story about why it makes sense. You drive the older car without defending your choice at every stoplight. You decline the dinner without crafting an elaborate reason in the group text. The moment you justify a money choice, you invite others into your financial mind. And most people are not qualified to be in there with you. They do not know your income or your goals or your actual expenses. But once you explain, they feel entitled to judge the choice anyway. Quietly wealthy people close that door early and stop performing their decisions. They save without announcing they are being responsible to anyone listening. They spend without justifying the indulgence to people who were not invited. This is not about secrecy, but about protecting your financial clarity from noise. Every explanation you give teaches others they have a vote in your money. And you begin making choices that sound good instead of choices that are good. You buy things that are easy to defend rather than things that serve you. You avoid risks that seem hard to explain even when the numbers make sense. Wealthy people refuse to audition their financial life for an audience daily. They decide, then move forward without a press release to friends or relatives. This creates a strange kind of confidence that others often misread as coldness. It is not coldness, but the absence of needing approval before every transaction. When you stop speaking the language of justification, you start hearing yourself clearly. You notice what you actually want instead of what you can defend wanting. You feel the difference between a good decision and a good-sounding decision. Most people never experience that difference because they never stop explaining. They are too busy managing the story to notice if the choice was right. Wealthy people let their bank account be the only audience that matters. If the math works and the goal is serve, the decision needs no defense. This does not mean they never discuss money, but they choose when and with whom. They speak about finances with advisors or partners who share the actual responsibility. But they do not broadcast their reasoning to people with no stake in the outcome. Stopping this language is one of the earliest shifts that separates building wealth from performing it. You stop explaining your no, and you stop defending your yes. You just move through your financial life quietly like someone who already decided. And eventually the only language you speak about money is the one that compounds. The rest is just noise you no longer need to translate for anyone. If this helped you, subscribe and leave a comment below.